Carlson to get this one started. And we are underway from FedEx Field. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
And we all know the scouting report on him. He can attack the field at all levels with a very strong arm and make big-time plays off schedule. We also see a player with confidence and swagger. We see a guy who knows how to lead a team, who knows how to compete, and wants to be great every time he hits the field.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in here by Chase. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Here's the first carry for Khalil Herbert. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. On 3rd down, Wilson. Dropping this underneath with Herbert. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. A gain of 4, not enough, and it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And what an incredible athlete with a cannon for an arm. And he's drawing comparisons to some of the best mobile QBs the league has ever seen. In addition, this is a young man who's learned from his mistakes along the way, prepares really well each and every time now, and he's got an opportunity to blossom in this system.
Touchdown, Washington! Jamison Williams with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Commanders get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. As we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. This Washington defense, Charles, terrific in the victory a week ago.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Wilson's throw there taken in by Smith. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Wilson now to throw on third down.
Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago. So a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there. And they get the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Wilson. Over the middle here to Brown. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's Wilson. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now it's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Riley Dixon now to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. What we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here. And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. This will be fielded at the 17. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
On 2nd down, a run with Herbert. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They go play action with Wilson. He's going to sling this deep downfield.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Wilson.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
They get this to Smith on the jet sweep, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Now Wilson. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Now it's Wilson.
Setting up the screen, Harris.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
And that's a big pickup of a 1st down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on 4th down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
A toss left side for Herbert.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down.
Wilson.
Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 22-yard line.
12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
On 1st down, Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. A handoff for Herbert.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. There's Wilson to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Brown. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Now Wilson.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down.
And it's a fake. He's going to throw it. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field.
And if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Now Willis on the bootleg.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
Washington going to send out their punter
as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They'll start on the ground with Harris, and he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play.
We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Wilson.
That's complete to his running back, Herbert.
And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. The Cardinals on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing is Wilson. Finding Harris over the middle.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Wilson.
This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Toss play, Herbert.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Looking to throw. Wilson.
Quick slant finding Claypool. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 32-yard line.
12 yards there as they move the chains.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Deshaun Hand gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and this will remain a 5-point game. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out. So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Going to run the sweep here. This is Hopkins. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Play action. Willis going for the deep ball. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Willis. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Matt Judon with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. Carlson able to put this one through, and that'll push the lead up to 8. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue, because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
7 yards there and a 1st down. Herbert once more. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. Back to throw. Wilson. Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
To throw again is Wilson.
Able to hit his target, Claypool.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. They'll look to throw again. It's complete to Brown, right side.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Here's a give to Herbert.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up first and goal.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Looking to throw. Wilson. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 3 yards is the gain that time. Second and goal.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Second and goal from inside the 5. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal.
Herbert is in. Touchdown, Arizona.
Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
Ryan Santoso now for the extra point.
And this is now a one-point game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon.
Eskridge going to keep this one in the end zone, and they'll start at the 25-yard line. Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense.
He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his timing, because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch.
And nowhere to run for Willis. He goes down.
Matt Judon. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another, because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On third down, Elliott. And not a whole lot to speak of there, as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Washington going to send out their punter.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And they will take over first and 10.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
The football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson.
Got a man open, it's Chase.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Smith brings it in, going across the middle. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
And he's going to drop this down to Harris, middle of the field.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing again here, Wilson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. In their locker room, they've got a sign that says defense wins championships. And Charles, they pointed to that this week, said that has to be us. Looking good early.
I like how you saw that because of the bold letters, right? You saw the emphasis that they place on that and what they believe in. And for them, it's every single snap. So it's not just a matter of getting to the quarterback and knocking the ball free. They're trying to read when that ball's going to come free. As soon as those hands separate to throw the ball, they want to be there and have a chance to knock it out.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
So, CD, here we are. You look at how well this offense has played all year, 16-0. Now, in most years, they'd be at home right now enjoying time off for their perfect season, getting ready for the postseason. But this is the decade of the 2020s, so that means 17 games are what's needed to get through a perfect season. Would a win here make them an all-timer for you?
It would. It absolutely would. And I realize we're not comparing apples to apples because of the length of regular seasons. But if you think back to the 1972 Dolphins, they were 14-0 in the regular season. 3 wins made them a Super Bowl champion, so they were 17-0 total. Imagine getting through 17 now and then continuing on and winning the Super Bowl. They're an all-timer team already for me.
And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. Now to try the field goal, here's Daniel Carlson. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. The kick by Carlson is good. And the lead grows to 4. It's 13-9.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, and it's the Giants who are out in front. Rashad White, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. From there, we head over to Detroit. Check on the Lions at home, Ford Field, and they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. Nick Chubb, the lone touchdown there as he's cashed one in on the ground. Finally, let's get down to Miami to see what's going on with the Dolphins. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. Rondale Moore, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. When the holding penalty sets him back inside the 20 as they get going on this drive. Now Willis on 1st and 10. That's taken in by Dulcich. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Jet sweep. Here's Pickens with it. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Back to throw, Willis. Throw over the middle, he finds Williams. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. 3rd and 7 now.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
3rd down, it's Willis. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run again with Harris. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. So their move is to decline that so they don't get another second down. It'll be third.
So that has to tell us that they're pretty confident in their third down defense, right?
Absolutely.
Whether it's a sub package or nickel package, whatever they want to run out there, they feel like they can defend here on third down.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Wilson.
Quick slant to Brown.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
They'll run here with Herbert.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. On 2nd down, here's Wilson.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Wilson.
Throw right side into the hands of the tight end Long.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Arizona. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. So out comes Washington's offense to take over.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down.
Now Willis to throw.
The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Play action. Here's Willis. He's got the...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson. It's brought in by Harris. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Wilson. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Here's Riley Dixon now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. So a change of possession here.